previous webinar. We will start in a few seconds. I think we have already some attendees, so we can start to welcome you all today again to the deep webinar entitled How to Engage the Academic Community. And now we are going to speak about the communication strategies of the university. Today's webinar is brought to you by the University of Porto. I am Liliana North, the International Officer from the International Relations Office, and I will be moderating this webinar. We will introduce you to the presenters. Luisa was in the previous one, and now will be Raul, the next speaker of this second webinar. Some technical information. We are live broadcasting today's webinar and you are in participants mode, so please do not remove the audio settings. The audio will be streaming out from your computer. If you are having audio difficulties, please let us know. You may also need to unmute or adjust the volume settings on your computer to avoid echo. You can always participate in today's webinar by submitting your content questions to today's speakers. So please, if you have any questions, write them down in the chat room. It's now time to introduce you to Raul Santos, today's second speaker. Raul Santos is the Director of Public Relations Office at the University of Porto since 2018. Graduated in Communication Sciences with a postgraduate degree in Marketing. He has been working in media and public relations for more than 20 years. Raul started at Porto City Hall, namely at the Mayor's Office, as Media Relations Assistant before moving to the Rectorate of the University of Porto as Communications Officer in 2003, where he worked as Media Relations Manager until he took position as Director of the Public Relations Department. Welcome, Raul.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And good afternoon or buenas tardes. It's the only Spanish that you will hear from me. It's the only one I can say without embarrassing myself. So today, as I was invited by Liliana, I will try to share with you more than the work that we do at University of Porto, the strategy and the approach that I think that all universities should have towards the internationalization and mainly with the recruitment of international students. So I'm from the University of Porto, of course, and my name is Raul Santos, as you all heard, and I'm the director of the Public Relations Department here at the university. This is our main building. And like you probably have heard before, the University of Porto, excuse me, University of Porto can be categorized as an international success in the recruitment of international students. We have almost 6,000 international students by now, with amounts roughly 18% of our all of our students. Actually, this year we should meet the 20% goal, but we don't have all the figures yet. So our international students are mainly dominated by South American students from Brazil, of course, because of our common language. It's very simple to explain. But if this is a work of a lot of people and various departments, we need to understand that to have a successful recruitment from international students, communications or international relations it's not the only departments that need to participate. In fact, if there's a thought that, yeah, thank you. If there's a thought that I wish to convey today, is that the internationalization is a university-wide effort that has to have collaborations from all sides of the university, not only the technical departments, but also the teaching, the researching departments, and even the participation and the collaboration of the city of our universities. And I will explain why. And to explain that, I'm going to go back a little bit about the fundamentals of marketing. I apologize if this is a commonplace for some of you, but I think it's good to understand the fundamentals of this. Well, marketing is a science that started as a model for selling products, and mainly in the industrial sector. And the first model of marketing named the 4 Ps, as you see here. There was 4 factors that was in place to elaborate a marketing strategy to sell a product. The product itself, its quality, its determinations, the placement, mainly the distribution of that product to the clients, the price that determines a lot of the product selling price and selling approach, and lastly the promotions that can be translated to or taught as communications in the large sense. So we see here in this first model that promotion is only one of 4 aspects to consider when marketing a product. But then the science evolved, and there was a need to a new model that could provide a base for selling services. That it's what we do, actually. Education is a service. And in this model, we can see that 4 Ps transformed or evolved into 7 Ps. And a lot of more considerations need to be addressed to attain the customer. You can see physical evidence here that it's mainly roughly the facilities, our buildings, our classrooms, for example. The process, which is mainly in the education sector, the way that we do our classes, the way that we evolve or determine our programs to our students. Promotion, again, the marketing aspect or the communication aspect in this marketing mix. Product, that is our classes, as I said. Price, self-taught, and place, again, the main places are where our classes are taught, and our integration in a city or region, in even a country, when we talk about internationalization, and people, that it's comprised by not only our customers, our students, but our employees, namely our teachers and staff. So we can see that there's a lot more than communication to understand how to market